Hey y'all, gravity. Any evening above ground, live it.
I'm back.
They're being dirty and devious again, but same old as same old is. It's a tale old as time, song as old as rhyme. So tonight, I will be clearing out the Twitter bookmarks, and we will be looking at some funny videos, some thought-provoking videos, and other things we can glean off the internet. But before we begin with that, let's see who's in the building. Miss Nisi, hello. Wallow J, hello. Reparations Nation, hello. Bert, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments yet, good evening. I know it's Friday night. I should have did this earlier, but I took a nice nap and cooked and cleaned up this apartment before I go to my vacation. So that's why. Whatever. So let's begin. We're going to start off on a low note. We have to. Monday night, for those who were here, was the first night of the Republican National Convention. And it was also conspicuously and I'm sure strategically timed that Biden was going to have a primetime interview with Lester Holt. And we saw a little bit of it because we wanted to get back to the RNC. So we said, let's look at the full interview. Now it's about 30 minutes. So we're going to look at that. Then we're going to go laugh and have thought-provoking conversations. So we're going to do that first. But, we got to take care of a little bit of house cleaning.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose, such as criticism, commenting, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Let me go here. There's a growing concern.
So there goes Lester Holt. And he began the interview, and we're going to listen to it.
With the horrible events of last weekend, it has shocked a lot of Americans. A political rally, your opponent, Donald Trump, shot in the middle of greeting his supporters. You spoke to Mr. Trump afterward. Can you give me a sense of that conversation?
Very cordial. I told him how concerned I was and wanted to make sure I knew how he was actually doing. He sounded good. He said he was fine. And he thanked me for calling him. I told him he was literally in the prayers of Jill and me. And I hope his whole family was weathering this.
You were in Delaware when this happened. What was your first reaction?
My first reaction was, my God, look, there's so much violence now, the way we talk about it. I mean, the whole notion that there is this, there's no place at all for violence in politics in America. None. Zero. And we've reached a point where it's become too commonplace, not assassinations, but to talk about it. For example, the January 6th, the attack on the Capitol. Lester, I got in this race early on in 2020 for the 2020 race. I wasn't going to run again because I lost my son. I didn't feel it. And until I watched what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. Those folks coming out of the woods with torches, carrying swastikas, singing the same Nazi bile, was accompanied by this Ku Klux Klan, and a young woman was killed. And
your three best friends, well, one of your best friends, Robert Byrd, was an exalted Cyclops. So, yeah.
I was a bystander. And the then president was asked, what do you think? He said, they're very fine people on both sides. Not fine people on both sides. No excuse, zero.
Well, let's talk about the conversation this has started, and it's really about language, what we say out loud and the consequences of those. You called your opponent an existential threat on a call a week ago. You said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was, there's very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on it. Focus on what he's doing. Focus on his policies. Focus on the number of lies he told in the debate. Focus. I mean, there's a whole range of things that, look, I'm not the guy that said, I want to be a dictator on day one. I'm not the guy that refused to accept the outcome of the election. I'm not the guy who said that won't accept the outcome of this election automatically. You can't only love your country when you win. And so the focus was on what he's saying. And I mean, the idea.
But have you taken a step back and done a little soul searching on things that you may have said that could incite people who are not balanced?
Well, I don't think, look, how do you talk about the threat to democracy, which is real, when a president says things like he says? Do you just not say anything because it may incite somebody? Look, I'm not engaged in that rhetoric. Now, my opponent is engaged in that rhetoric. He talks about to be a bloodbath if he loses, talking about how he's going to forgive all the, actually, I guess, suspend the sentences of all those who were arrested and sentenced to go to jail because of what happened in the Capitol. I'm not out there making fun of, like, when I remember the picture of Donald Trump when Nancy Pelosi's husband was hit with a hammer, talking about, joking about it.
This doesn't sound like you're turning down the heat, though. You've talked about
No. Look, when I'm turning down, we have to stop the whole notion that there are certain things that are contrary to our democracy that we're for. The idea of saying that I didn't win the election, when every court in the land, I don't know, 20 appeals said, and including this conservative Supreme Court, said we won. The idea of having a loyalty pledge from all the folks who are in Republican MAGA, not all Republicans, the MAGA Republicans, saying that no, we lost the election, inflaming the people and say, I mean.
So what can you and what will you do, at least things you can control, to lower down the temperature, the rhetoric out there?
Continue to talk about the things that matter to the American public. It matters whether or not you accept the outcome of elections. It matters whether or not you, for example, talk about how you're going to deal with the border instead of talking about people as being vermin. I mean, those things matter. That's the kind of language that is inflammatory.
Mr. President, you've been in politics a very long time, so let's speak frankly. We're all adults here. Has this shooting changed the trajectory of this race?
I don't know, and you don't know either.
I don't know, but have you something you've given thought to?
No, I thought less about the trajectory of the case than two things. One, what his health is, that was secure, number one. And number two, what happens from here on in terms of the kind of coverage that the president and vice president and former president and new vice president get in terms of, look, I've never seen a circumstance where you ride through certain rural areas of the country and people have signs there, big Trump signs with middle signs saying F Biden, and a little kid standing there putting up his middle finger. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that is just inflammatory and a kind of viciousness. It's a very different thing than to say, look, I really.
So your man Obama never went through that, sir? He was never cussed. He was never flipped off. People didn't say they hated him. They wished him to expire. This never happened. This is the first time you've seen it because you've seen it from the Republican side. Okay, dude. Thanks.
Really disagree with Trump's the way he takes care of taxes, the way he wants a $5 trillion tax cut for people who are making a lot of money next time around. Doesn't focus on working class people.
But those are policy issues, and our history is a country that can thoroughly hash out those issues.
And if you notice, what do I talk about with him? The policy issues where he's dividing the country. The policy issues that relate to democracy.
Another question, if I can, about Saturday. Of course, the former president was wounded. One of his supporters died. A couple more people were seriously injured. Was this a massive security failure?
I have had 2 meetings in the Situation Room with all the intelligence communities, the FBI, Secret Service, et cetera, and I've asked for a totally independent analysis, and we'll see what happens when that comes back.
Do you have confidence in the Secret Service? Do you feel safe?
I feel safe with the Secret
Be
Service.
nice. Let's be nice.
You saw,
we don't
but
have
what we
to
did
go
see was the
there.
Secret Service
I mean, you're not
responded.
wrong,
Mr. Lawrence
but you
responded.
didn't have to
They really
say it.
gave
I
the
mean,
right to the
good
president.
Lord.
The question is, should they have anticipated what happened? Should they have done what they needed to do to prevent this from happening? That's a question. That's an open question.
Is it acceptable that you have still not heard, at least publicly, from the Secret Service director?
Oh, I've heard from them.
But have you heard from her publicly?
Publicly, I've sat down in a Situation Room downstairs. The Secret Service, the FBI, the national security agencies, the Homeland Security, all the major elements. And there's 2 pieces of this too. And it's not an excuse, it's just an explanation. There's a major piece of this relates to domestic, local law enforcement. They play a large role. And so it's a different I'm not saying they weren't competent either. I'm just saying it's a complicated process. And what has changed, by the way, Lester, is, you know me, I like to meet people. I like to walk out, shake hands, move, look at people in the eye, see what they're thinking. It's really curtailed that ability on my part and everybody's part. And so, because there's a heightened notion that when you say there's nothing wrong with going to the Capitol, breaking in, threatening people, a couple cops dying, hanging up, putting up a noose, a gallows for the former vice president, and somehow and then you say you're going to forgive people for that, you're going to pardon them. That was just a normal response. That is not. I have my entire career voted against and railed against and moved against the idea of violence is never appropriate. Never, 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 never in politics.
All right, I want to ask you about some other developing news today, if I can. Judge Cannon dismissed the documents case, as you may have heard, in Mar-a-Lago. Can I first get your reaction to that?
I'm not surprised. It comes from the immunity decision the Supreme Court ruled on, and Clarence Thomas, in his dissent, said that independent prosecutors appointed by the Attorney General aren't legit. That's the basis on which this judge moved to dismiss. And but I had an independent prosecutor look at me. They spent months on my going through, and I was totally cooperative in and out of my house. And there were, I don't know, the last time in, there were like 10, 12 agents in my house for 9 hours unaccompanied, going through every single thing I had. That's appropriate. And they looked at me and concluded I didn't do a damn thing wrong. But my generic point is that it's,
Come on now,
based upon
dog.
which the case was thrown out, I find specious because I don't agree with Clarence Thomas' dissent and or the Supreme Court decision on immunity.
In light of this decision, the delay in the Georgia case, the Supreme Court decision on immunity, which you referenced, the former president has seen a series of legal wins recently. You have actively campaigned on his legal woes. Can you do anything like that anymore?
Sure, I can talk about what I think is appropriate. What I think is appropriate. I think the Supreme Court made a terrible decision. I think the justices he appointed have, in fact, been the most conservative. And I would argue, if you survey constitutional scholarship, they seem out of touch with what the founders intended.
Before this violent turn of events over the weekend, the talk, as you know, was about you and your future, if you should stay in the race. Your allies, James Clyburn, Nancy Pelosi, have kind of put it out there that they're waiting for your decision, giving you time to make your decision. What I hear from you is that you made your decision. Are you still comfortable in that decision? Has anything changed in the last several days?
No.
What do you make of people like Nancy Pelosi, though, who seem to be of the opinion that there is a window for you to make this choice? What aren't they getting?
Look, we knew this was going to be a close race from the moment he announced. The idea that we are in a situation where, if you look at all the polling data shows a lot of different things, but there's no wide gap between us. It's essentially a toss-up race. And I think one of the arguments that get made, you have the most successful presidency of any president in modern history, maybe since Franklin Roosevelt. Passed more major legislation no one thought could get done. We're able to put together a consensus. We're able to unite NATO. We're able to deal in foreign policy. Why don't you just decide to rest on those laurels? And the answer is because the job's not finished.
Do you feel like you've weathered the storm on this issue of whether you should be on the ticket or not?
Look, 14 million people voted for me to be the nominee in the Democratic Party. Okay? I listened to them.
In your last TV interview, you were asked if you had watched the debate. Your answer was, I don't think so, no. Have you since seen it?
I've seen pieces of it. I've not watched the whole debate.
And the reason I ask, because I guess the question is, are you all on the same page? Are you seeing what they saw, which was moments of, frankly, you appear to be confused?
Lester, look, why don't you guys ever talk about the 28 lies he told? Where are you on this? Why didn't the press ever talk about that? 28 times it's confirmed he lied in that debate. I had
Screenshot. You see how he bucking up now? All right. Now he's alert.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah.
had a bad night. I wasn't feeling well at all. And I had been, without making, I screwed up. But
I just asked the question because the idea that you may or may not have seen what some of these other folks have seen, you're not on the same.
I'd have to see I was there. I'd have to see it. I was there. And by the way, seriously, you won't answer the question, but why didn't the press talk about all the lies he told?
Well,
I don't know anything about that.
We have reported many of the issues that
No,
came
you
up during that
haven't.
debate.
No, you haven't.
We'll provide you with them.
God love you.
Okay.
This is my job to get this done.
Have you talked to him recently about this?
I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks.
Have you talked to him since this issue came to light, since the debate?
I don't think I may have. I don't think so.
Who do you listen to on deeply personal issues like the decisions whether to stay in the race or not?
Me. Look, I've been doing this a long time. The idea that I'm the old guy, I am. I'm old. But I'm only 3 years older than Trump, number one. And number two, my mental acuity has been pretty damn good. I've gotten more done than any president has in a long, long time, in 3.5 years. So I'm willing to be judged on that. I understand why people say, God, he's 81 years old. Whoa, what's he going to be when he's 83 years old or 84 years old? It's a legitimate question to ask.
I want to ask you about just shortly before you and I sat down, former President Trump named his vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance. What does that tell you, his qualities? What does that tell you about former President Trump's values in terms of who he will surround himself with in the next administration should he win?
Well, it's not unusual. He's going to surround himself with people who agree completely with him. Have a voting record. I support him. Even though if you go back and listen to the things that J.D. Vance said about Trump.
Well, he said some things about you, yeah.
Oh, no, well, he said something about me, but see what he said about Trump. What's with you guys? Come on, man. Look, the point I'm making is,
Come on, man. That's when you know he about to get his white supremacist ire up really hot. Let's get it.
Is a living, breathing insult to my existence.
that J.D. Vance has adopted the same policies, no exceptions on abortion, making sure that he supports the new $5 trillion tax cut that Trump wants to give in the next administration, signing on to the whole notion of whether or not we're going to, he says there's no climate change that's happening. I mean, he signed on to the Trump agenda, which he should if he's running with Trump.
Mr. Trump has said he's giving you a chance to redeem yourself, basically the idea of engaging in another debate.
We're going to have another debate.
Yeah, you're going to have one in September that's on the books. Would you be open to doing one in the next few weeks?
I'm going to debate him when we agree to debate, and I'm going to debate him in September.
But if the opportunity came up to do one between now and then, is there a sense of wanting to get back on the horse?
I'm on the horse. Where have you been? I've done 22 major events, and thousands of people, overwhelming crowds, a lot happening. I'm on the horse. What I'm doing is going out and demonstrating to the American people that I have command of all my faculties, that I don't need notes, I don't need telephone. I can go out and answer any questions at all. And I stood there when NATO.
But you can't find your way off a stage. That's all right.
I stood there for an hour and answered questions.
If you were to continue to run and be officially nominated, what happens if you have another episode like we saw during the debate?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Did you see his face when he asked that question? We're going to look at it again. Smile. Pissed. Smile. Pissed.
Another episode like we saw during the debate.
Okay, Lester, I see you. I see you.
What happened?
Yeah, what happens if you have another performance on that level?
I don't plan on having another performance on that level.
All right. Mr. President, it's always good to talk to you. Good to see you. Thank you for making some time for us.
Sometimes come and talk to me about what we should be talking about.
All right.
Okay, the issues.
Always happy to talk.
That was our unedited conversation with President Biden. We should note we extended the same interview offer to Mr. Trump.
So that was the whole thing. But particularly, there was some stuff that they left out. But of course, we're going to show that to you because that's what we do here. Biden, you want to tell the folk about how you said this here? Because you need that black vote, so you got to relate. We don't care about corn pop. Real talk. We really don't care about corn pop.
And one thing does change. It's not an excuse and
This
explanation.
was on BET, by the way.
I would ordinarily be going through black neighborhoods on the foot, working through the neighborhoods. I have a tradition. I close every campaign, no matter what campaign, going into the projects and going down the east side.
Say that again.
On the foot, working through the neighborhoods. I have a tradition. I close every campaign, no matter what campaign, going into the projects and going down the east side.
The projects. The projects. He said the projects. The east side. All right.
Boo this man!
The projects.
And hey, Joe, well, how you doing? Well, just because they're my friends, let them know I'm still there. We can't do that now. Not because of the black community, because it's too dangerous for me to be out walking unaccompanied.
Huh? Say what? Say that again. Say that again, Joseph. Say that again, Robinette.
Let them know I'm still there. We can't do that now. Not because of the black community, because it's too dangerous for me to be out walking unaccompanied.
So you don't go to the projects of the east side anymore because it's too dangerous for you to walk unaccompanied. But I thought the black community love you, so you should have built-in security. Black people ain't gonna fuck with you. Well, that's interesting. Thank you so much. Continue.
So what I'm doing now is trying to keep in touch with as many of my black constituents and letting people know that I'm available. I'm available. It's a reason why I got involved in politics in the first place.
Beautiful. I'm glad you said you want to be in contact with your black constituents. I'm so glad you said that.
You bring him here, right here. Do you hear me? Right here.
What?
You heard what I said. Just do it.
Biden, come talk to one of the black constituents over here. Come on, let's make history, sir. Joseph R. Biden meets somebody from the new black media. Come here. Let's have an honest 1 hour conversation. I'll give you 30 minutes. Let's have a conversation because I want you to explain this infrastructure bill to me. I want you to explain to the family how you're going to raise that GDP one time, how you're going to lower gas prices, food prices, essential services, how you going to lower those prices, how you going to go to them cell phone companies because everybody's numbers jumped up by $5. I want to know how you're going to do that. How are you going to protect us against BRICS? I have a lot of questions. We can do it in 30 minutes. Come here. You can bring Command Me with you. I'll do a handicap match. Because then I got questions for her. I want her to answer why all of a sudden she forgot about black women. And best believe the first question I'm going to ask is, I want a firm answer between you and the coolie Jamaican sitting next to you. Where y'all at on reparations and the anti-hate bill for black folks? And do not mention to me the George Floyd bill. I don't want to hear it. I want a firm answer on you guys stumping hard, if you do win, for Congress within 18 months to vote on legislation after you craft it that gives reparations to the cousins. And in between doing that, we have a comprehensive anti-Black hate legislation that is stronger than the C-19 Hate Crimes Act. Will you give us a firm yes or no on that right now? That's what I want to ask. I won't bring up Kamami's record in California. I won't bring up the first husband. I won't do none of that. I won't bring up Biden's kids. None of that. We're going to keep it on the issues.
Not a joke. Not a joke. Everybody deserves a shot. Everybody deserves a shot. And we've demonstrated, you give them a shot, they step up. They step up in every community. That's why the Black community is doing as well as it is now.
Okay. Well, that was him on BET. See, I got Buck on Bamboozled Entertainment Television. You see how I got Buck? All right. Go ahead, Biden, get Buck. This is their man. Projects. He can't walk through the projects. But I apologize in advance, family. I didn't mean to go off like that, but he Trump, Kamami, JD Vance, the whole lot, and they all pissed me off. Blame Biden for that one. All right. Now we're going to start laughing. I saw this like an hour ago, and it was funny as hell. Yes. That is the Clear Dashian mass choir. But let's laugh at this.
Hey TikTok, we are back. We are back this time to give a short video of relationship goals. But first, we want to thank everybody for coming on and giving us positive comments and positive
Yes,
vibes
Nolans. Go
throughout
ahead.
all of our videos. Today, we're just going to talk real quickly about relationships, basically, how to choose the right one and go from there. So this is going to be targeted for either audience. It could be for women, it could be for men. It's up to you, you know. But basically, I want to say that you don't always want to go for a person's looks when choosing. You know, sometimes people have a great heart, but we choose based on looks or what they have because we're looking at materialistic things. And that's not always a good thing. So in my case, I can say that because I didn't choose, based on looks. As you can see, I chose someone that's not
It's fixing about to go left.
really attractive. So I basically went with, his heart because he has a good heart. Yeah. So I went with basically with heart.
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
You
hold on.
always
What you,
wanna
hold on, baby. You don't feel I was attractive?
Yeah, you was a little attractive, but not as much attractive. You know, not really attractive. So sometimes when you choose,
Hold on. Just pump your brakes, pump your brakes. You just said we was having a conversation to the TikTok world, to the TikTok generation about relationships and building and embracing and loving and caring, and you just get on this camera and just told me what I'm just an ugly motherfucker.
Not necessarily. I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'll give you at least a 5.
Hold on. Yeah. I ain't never ever claimed to be a pretty boy, but a 5 is below the scale of the ugly boys. I'm not in the ugly category at all. I'm a
Well, what
sexy.
y'all think?
I'm
I
a
mean,
sexy. I'm a sexy black motherfucker. I'm
Okay.
good enough. I'm good enough to get your tattoo on me. This ugly motherfucker got this tattoo on you, but you ain't screaming that. You ain't saying nothing wrong with that.
I don't know what y'all think, but
what type of shit you just set me up for? You just said we was coming out here and talk about relationships and doing this and building this and building that, and you just come on talking about I'm a sexy motherfucker.
Yeah, you mad?
Mad.
Don't be mad.
I'm mad.
I mean, we just trying to give people advice.
Mad. The dog will get mad when you ain't gonna feed him. I'll get mad.
Okay, but don't get
when
mad.
you ain't gonna.
We're just trying to finish the video.
Finish the video.
Yeah.
You just what type of shit? Oh, light skin, green eyes, knocking the dark skin brother.
I still love you.
I'm sexy than the motherfucker. You don't think I'm sexy?
I really think you are sexy.
Man, why you just
so in conclusion, people, if you decide, just don't look at the looks.
She on some bullshit.
And like me, in other words.
What type of kiss?
I love you. I love you.
You love me. Kiss the dog. Kiss me. Kiss the dog.
Get some. And you ain't married, you don't know nothing about this. If you ain't married, you don't know nothing about this. TJ said, KG, you hear about the grinder service crashing because of the RNC.
Yes. Yes.
They don't call it running Neanderthal cock for nothing. Pause. So there was that. Okay. Hogan.
She jump sides on me because I shelled out $2-3 million for her music, and I've been trying to tell her I've done everything fucking with damn day and night on the radio like a jackass, and he's working with me to make it work because I really shouldn't call every day and do the shit I do. The South started this billionaire guy. He's like basically did more for her a year than anybody's done. Okay, he had one song after 10 months to shoot it back up and back and back. Still, implement, but I try to be the realist. And this is your option. You got a better option. Said you can sign the fucking. He's gonna put 500 million. I know it right now. There's nothing else. We're doing the best we can. So it gets to the point where I really broke was fucking the black and son. We've been hanging out. I caught them holding hands together on the tour. They were getting close to the time before I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not a double standard type guy. I'm a racist to a point.
What's that you said, Hogan? What's that you said?
I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not a double standard type guy. I'm a racist to a point.
You're a racist to a point. Get some. Nah, they love each other. They be doing that shit on TikTok. I seen a couple of their videos. They be fucking with each other. But yeah, in real life, yeah, that shit ain't gonna work. I'm a racist to a point. Go ahead. Go ahead, Hogan.
I don't give a fuck, okay? I'm not a double standard type guy. I'm a racist to a point. Yeah. You know, fuck, then when it comes to nice people, you know, we all are that way. Yeah, but when it comes to nice people, you can't say. I don't give a fuck. She's already got a player underneath the ball, a basketball player to have. If we're gonna fuck with vendors, let's get a rich one. The kid is a multi-billionaire. Right. The thing is, now we start doing this nasty, some sort of rivalry relationship. And so now don't ever talk to anybody. No.
Hey, thanks a lot for letting us know who you are, Hogan. You asshole. Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man were right. Then I saw this post earlier as well. This fool wrote, George Floyd would have wanted Joe Biden to keep fighting. Joe, don't let your country down. Don't let Obama tell you what to do. This is your time to shine. This is your moment. Why are we mentioning George Floyd in this? I'm sorry. Enough said. Enough said. Can't keep George Floyd out of their mouth. Damn shame. All right, we continue.
Both. His mom is Spanish.
Whoever moves first is gay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that?
I'm sorry. I made the baby cry.
Okay, you a dumbass. See, this is what I mean. I was watching the comment section. People like, oh, he legitimately was sorry and he didn't mean to do that. Why in the fuck? Okay, I don't care how old you are. You've been on. They say he's 19, 20, whatever the hell. You've been around people with kids. You know one thing about kids: they don't like loud noises. You know that, especially babies. Why in the hell would you sit up there and scream in front of a baby? And to even make it worse, family, he's still in Europe doing this. You in white supremacist countries doing this. They're never gonna learn.
Fucking sick in the head, man. Making a fucking baby cry.
Yeah, bro.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry, bro.
Wait. He came back to America already? Okay. I was wrong. He came back to America. I don't know, man.
I know. I didn't mean it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it says, breaking in a landmark decision, a federal judge has ruled that the Department of Veteran Affairs discriminates against our most disabled veterans by allowing third-party housing developers to impose restrictive income limitations that disqualify some veterans from accessing affordable housing. By counting disability payments as income, these developers effectively disqualify the most disabled veterans from falling within the income limits, barring them from critical affordable housing opportunities. This backward policy has caused veterans with the greatest need for VA medical resources to be forced into living far away or becoming homeless. The VA has insisted that its hands are tied to address this housing income policy without legislative action. However, this recent ruling now requires the VA to change its discriminatory policies or be in violation of federal law. This decision makes it clear that the VA not only can but must find a way to develop veterans housing that prioritizes veterans who became disabled in service to our country. The summary judgment ruling is part of a lawsuit filed by public counsel at Inner City Law Center, Brown, Goldstein, and Levi, and Robbins Kaplan in 2022 on behalf of 14 courageous veterans experiencing homelessness and the National Veterans Foundation. The lawsuit highlights the VA's mishandling of its sprawling 388-acre campus in West LA, land donated to the VA in 1888 specifically to create a home for veterans with disabilities. As a result of the VA's failures, 4,000 veterans are homeless in LA on any given night, accounting for 10% of all unhoused veterans nationwide. A historic trial on the issue of how the VA addresses veteran homelessness will begin in federal district court in LA on August 6th. We are committed to continue our advocacy with our partners to ensure veterans receive adequate housing and resources. I know I got some vets in the building, so I'm going to put that in there for y'all. Y'all can look at that. Move down. Y'all want to learn about shadow puppets? Nah. Y'all will like this.
Black British girl talking about how Black Americans, we think
Hold
that
on.
we're superior over all Black people, and that we don't even realize that in their land, there's people who
Oh,
can't
let me
endure a
start with
wind
this
rush,
one.
which is when very one-sided, and that's why I keep saying it trickles down to jealousy. Because I tell every Black American, you got to think about it like this. Why is it the first thing a Black British person always wants to do is, oh, we know our roots, we speak about our roots, Yeah, y'all speak about y'all roots, but the funny thing is where y'all roots are, y'all never lived there.
Oh,
'Cause
shit.
My thing is, maybe it's best I don't know my roots, because it seems like The Black British people who scream they know their roots, y'all don't ever live in the countries that y'all have all this pride in. No, instead, y'all leave the country where you were oppressed in and then go to your oppressor's land and make him even more money. Except the difference is, instead for being in your country and them taking all your resources away from you and enslaving you in your own land, y'all get your asses up and then go to your oppressor's land and willingly make him more money. Because my thing is this, if y'all have all this pride in your roots, why are you not there to help make y'all? These are countries where they literally let y'all, like if you're from the Caribbean, they let you have a Black country. If y'all are from Black countries and y'all have all this pride in where you're from, then why are you not there putting wealth and finance in your own infrastructure? Why are you getting your ass up, getting on a ship and a plane, literally paying people to ask them to marry you so you can get citizenship in another country to go live a better life? Because if there's all this pride, then you should not be leaving where y'all are from in droves. Like, y'all should not be leaving in droves if y'all love where you're from so much. And that's where we get back to the lack of a community. Because the first thing they'll say is when I ask them, well, why aren't you in the country where y'all have pride in? Oh, corruption. So what you're saying is in a country where everybody's Black, the government is mainly Black, they don't even look out for you. Explains a lot. And then once again, you look at everybody crazy when we say some of y'all sold your own people. It shows because in the country y'all are from, y'all get treated like shit by y'all own people. So y'all can miss me with the whole, we know our roots, we know where we come from, heritage. Once again, let me break it down to you. If you're Caribbean, you do not know your roots. Your roots was created once you got there on a ship that a lot of British, Spaniards, Dutch, French people brought you to, Portuguese as well. And once again, y'all don't make nobody over here want to know their roots, because seeing how y'all don't like to live in the places that y'all come from, why would I want to be there? A lot of y'all always had the same story where it's that y'all go from where y'all are from to like the UK and y'all be living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 5 or 6 different families from around the world. Lets me know that, baby, I think I'm all right where I'm from, because if you're willing to leave where you're from to go live in a 1-bedroom apartment or flat with 20 different strangers, it lets me know everything I need to know. But, oh well, all I say is when the next soccer game comes, tighten up them laces.
Now, for those who don't know what he just said at the end, apparently when Spain played England on Sunday, England lost. They lost. And them folk are out there, them birthplace of white supremacists. They were out there running Black people off the street and beating some up. You don't believe me? You could go look at news articles. Black Brits are all over Twitter talking about that, and TikTok talking about that as well. So it's true. Yeah. But they say y'all ain't got no culture.
It's very one-sided, and that's why I keep saying it.
And then this was his second video.
Got done watching this live of this Black British girl talking about how Black Americans, we think that we're superior over all Black people, and that we don't even realize that in their land there's people who came during Windrush, which is when a bunch of Caribbean people came to the UK to work for their oppressor, and that there's people who came during that time who are getting sent back to the Caribbean, and that we don't understand our privilege. And it made me realize where all this like online friction between a lot of Black British people towards Black Americans coming from. It's coming down to jealousy. I try to tell everybody the difference between Black British people and Black Americans is that Black British people have an immigrant story. They have an immigrant background. Whereas in America, Black Americans, we're not looked at as foreign. When somebody asks you if you're a Black American, where you're from, and you say Chicago, that person's not Black, gonna say, oh, okay, cool. My cousin's from there, my aunt's from there. But over there in the UK, when they're asked where you're from, they always get hit with, no, where are you really from? Because they're not welcomed in this country that they defend so hard. So again, I put this anger towards jealousy because it's displaced anger. Because once again, the reason why Black Americans are looking at Black British people crazy about y'all making jokes about running from getting your ass beat over a soccer game and that we don't get your humor is because you'll never see Black Americans joking like that. Because if that actually would happen in real life, we pull out folding chairs, we pull out them bows, you know what I'm saying? But this is what happens when you have a lack of community. Instead of coming towards Black Americans, you need to build community towards yourselves. But y'all don't have it because, first of all, y'all have your own issues, such as Caribbeans versus Africans. I said this all stems down to jealousy because, once again, the one thing traveling overseas I had realized is that Black Americans really are the face of Black people globally. I mean, in the UK, they just had the Wireless Fest where almost 90% of the acts were from America. Most of the audience were Black British people.
They
It
had
comes down
Caribbean
to
backgrounds
community.
though.
See, in America, you can have all these type of Black American type of celebrities because we have something called community. In the UK, you have to be look a certain type of way if you want to be Black and seen out there. You have to be mixed, you might have to be light skinned, or you have to talk in a certain way that best makes the population of UK comfortable. See, in America, you can have a SZA, a Summer Walker, a Money Long, a Coco Jones, dark skinned girls who sell music and are out there in the mainstream. But out in the UK, they don't have that because they don't have community. Instead of creating diaspora wars, because that's really what y'all create, put all that energy into fighting back and creating something for yourself in a country where y'all went to, where these are the same people who oppressed you in the first place. No, and that's the thing I have an issue too with Black British people is that y'all would say Black Americans think they're this, Americans think they're that, they think they're better. How is that when y'all, the first thing y'all love to scream on this app is that, oh, we know where we're from. But once again, because I need to make sure this bubble is broken, if you are a Black British Caribbean person or that comes from Caribbean descent, you do not know where you come from. For example, if you're from Jamaica, if that's where your grandparents or your great grandparents are from, England, they named you who you were. They named what your country is called. They put you on a ship to go work out there and go dig up some sugar cane so they could be rich and live in castles. So how do you know where you come from when people put you on a ship and sent you to a place that you claim you come from? You're not from there. You're from somewhere else. You just don't know where that ship came from.
Huh. Anyway, he ain't tell no lies. Just like she didn't.
Going on with the Euros finals and what that means for Black people in the UK. So I'm going to try and keep this video as quick as possible because I don't want to stand here talking for 5 minutes. Okay, so quick rundown. 4 years ago, Euros finals, England loses on penalties. Now fast forward 4 years to a couple of days ago, Euro finals again. England loses, but in 90 minutes, not in penalties. That's important. So 4 years ago in the Euros finals, England's penalty lineup was all Black players or players of Black descent. And that gave the racists something to say. Do you understand? So when we lost that game, even though it's very circumstantial, you can win one day, you can lose the next, they pinpointed it on the Black players, especially players like Sancho and Bukayo Saka. They got a lot of hate in the comments. That's very important. A lot of the hate displayed was online through Instagram comments and YouTube comments and like through trolls and people like that. So it's hard to pinpoint who exactly is giving you hate. So that's to all the comments saying fight back. Fight who? How are we going to find them? They're on Instagram, they're on YouTube, they're, like a lot of them are not in real life. However, as there is an alcoholic culture that comes with the Euros finals and just football in general in the UK, there can be some social outbursts that do happen, and those are quite dangerous. But those are
So you're calling it a social outburst when they whooping y'all ass in the streets. Okay. Her words. We're gonna blame it on alcohol.
on a smaller scale and are usually controlled by the police, which are deployed, especially around Euros finals and World Cup finals and high tension games that the UK might make it, that England might make into. So yeah, to answer this specific question, I wouldn't say Black people get jumped. There's a small but dangerous amount of people who will physically abuse members of the public that are Black if they see them. But that was not the case this time because of the way that we lost, and it was.
But it was there. but it was there. The potential was there.
Black people in England are currently running away and hiding from their white neighbors and friends.
I'm sorry, what? Don't worry, it's a joke. We're good. We don't want your folding chairs. Guys, they really said we're out here getting jumped. Like, we're still having our tea and crumpets. We're fine.
Keep playing. Okay. All right. Okay. Keep playing. Keep it. Okay. Okay. All right. See, they think it's not a joke. They think it's a joke. Okay. So y'all saw what happened 4 years ago, and no. All right. Never mind. Y'all got it. It's your land. Get some. Get some, Mike. Get some, Mike. Get some. Look at Mike. Look at Mike. Look at Mike. He gonna come out the window. Get in here. Get out the window. And then go back in. Go ahead, Mike. No. No. You hear me? No. Look at Janet. Look at Janet and Mama Catherine. She's like, get in here. Come in. He said, "Oh, make me get out the car." No, they're being docile. Val, that's you. I understood it. Lord, we understood it perfectly. He's being docile. They don't want to piss off. They don't want to piss off the potential father to their mixed kid. But here's your boy. It's been a while since we talked about Roland. Let's see what Roland's talking about.
In a matter of weeks. Listen to me clearly.
Mm-hmm.
The Democratic National Convention is August 19th through the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
So you gonna wait a whole month before you know who your candidate is?
Yes.
So now, today is July. What's today? Today is July 18th. So July 18th through August 19th is off the map. Be prepared. Let these folks know Kamala Harris had better be at the top of the ticket, or they are absolutely going to lose.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Roland, even if she's at the top of the ticket, they're not gonna win. Roland, I just want to know. I don't listen to you, so maybe you did tell them this. People are not enthused about this election. Y'all can talk about Project 2025 all you want. People were already unenthused and saying they were gonna stay home before that stuff came out. This is just gonna be your plausible excuse when you lose. Now you're gonna actually acknowledge there's racism in the country. Who cares? You should have had your party out there actually in the field doing the work. Don't give me Gary Chambers. That's easy. Don't give me Reese. That's easy. Don't give me that other dude. That's easy. Where were you, sir? You were waiting for the big functions. Why didn't you go outside? We know why, because the last time you tried to go talk to black people, they ran you off the block. Excuse me, I'm hungry. You bastard. I'm going to play that. You Democrats do nothing when you win. Just like the Republicans do nothing when they win. But y'all are more egregious with it. Y'all skate to the finish line. And then say, oh, see, we were doing things here. Y'all just don't see it. Okay, dude. We have to live out here. You sit in your ivory towers all day and think people are supposed to know. Joy Reid exposed y'all, and you didn't even realize it. Every word that Trump ever said, she outside talking about, oh, this is wrong. Look, he almost gets deleted, and she out there trying to compare it to Biden getting the coffee venereal disease. How do we make that leap? Roland, just admit it. You've done nothing for 4 years. I already got that screenshot. But Roland, why don't you explain to your crowd how you sat up there for 4 years just buying subs and not putting in that work, waiting for Essence Fest to send you your credentials for the year? Where was that? But continue, sir. You got more.
Y'all, I gotta go. I was gonna let y'all know that. I'm not telling
Buffet's
y'all
ready.
what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. This is go time. This is time for us to let this party know who the base is.
Who? There he go. There he go. I know his people, allegedly from Haiti, but maybe he's tapping into that now.
Who is we? Who is we?
Roland, the only thing you heard was the dinner bell. But anyway, we continue.
My last video, everybody got all up in arms because I said I don't wash these. These have had 105 wears now. No wash. I'm gonna show you 3 ways to make sure these don't smell like ass, feel crusty, and feel fresh every time. Because I'll show you some crusty pants.
Y'all want to see some? Okay. Remember I said they still being dirty.
Those are crusty. But people take it to that much of an extreme. So first off, the pants in that video, these 25-ounce Brave Stars Selvage Japanese raw denim. If you don't know about Selvage raw denim, go look it up. It's a long rabbit hole. I don't care to explain. I could probably make a 10-minute video on it. So let's get into what I do. Every night, I get this clothing hanger, pant hanger, and I hang them up, air them out, put them on your door. Perfect example while it's thundering outside. Look at those combs. Money. Wide open. Ton of circulation through them. Indoor or outdoor is all good. Second step. After every night, it's hot. It's sweaty. You need the magic mixture. All right. It's lemon eucalyptus, apple cider vinegar, and you make it, put it in a little spray bottle, and let me demonstrate. Once again, have them open. I spray.
No measurements. Say less.
Inside in the butt area, get the back of the knees, everywhere that there is sweat, back of the thigh, the groin region, just spray it. Vinegar and eucalyptus, natural antibacterial and antiviral. The more you know. And the last thing I do, once a week, I put them over the railing. Take them over the railing. Don't fall over, like so. So then when you're walking out, you see these. This is going to be the best way. The sun is a natural antibacterial and antiviral. It makes them feel fresh. And just look at that. It's kind of weird, but damn. But doing that every day, once a week, whatever it may be, will help your jeans last longer between washes, keep them fresh, and make sure they don't smell absolutely horrendous or feel horrendous, because nobody wants that. Later.
Let's go on to the next one. Get some, Yogi. Get some, Yogi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get after it. One more time. No wonder them animals be turning on y'all. Get some. They're at a circus, Torian. Come on. You gotta exploit the animals one time. Get some.
Bark at your dog.
Roof. You playing with the wrong one. You gonna fuck you up. Fuck you. Anyway, we saw this yesterday. Yes, sir. The Marshall Islands.
Where's Viv? Bert, you good? You good?
You're good? Okay, we got torrential waters in there. You're asking your people if you're good. Leave it to white people. We saw that. Get some. Get some. Get some. Get some. She should have ran with that baby in the circus. We get some. That's how y'all be getting down? You old ladies, you?
Black British people have ever fixed their mouths to talk about race relations in America when they have to annually run away from white people who want to jump them because they lost a football game. Off with your heads!
Put them in the gallows. Watch the whip. And I'm not talking about my hair. I'm talking about that black contraption in your hands. And it's not a dildo. And I'm from England. And we do not say pause. Yes. Let's continue.
Currently running away and hiding from their white neighbors in France. Let me explain. If you didn't know, England recently lost the finals, okay? And apparently there is a pattern and a trend that whenever England loses a big game like this or the finals or the Euros, they take it out on their black citizens.
By the way, Olympics are coming up. So Black England, I'm going to need y'all to watch out because as England gets dusted, even though y'all got a bunch of Jamaicans on there, okay, a couple. But if y'all get dusted, yeah, I wouldn't. I just as soon as stay in the house. Don't call up your white boyfriends for some nookie or your white females for some ass, for some arse, because they fixing to send their daddies to come see you. So we're not gonna listen to that. Get some.
Big fucking move. Get your money up, not your funny up. Big fucking move. Fuck up. Get your money up, not your funny up. Big fucking move.
Hey, ladies, if a dude did that to you on the street, would you give him your number? Put one if that's a yes, put two if it's a no. I'm kind of I want to see what y'all would say. Now this one, this motherfucking Matt Walsh boy. He said Matt Walsh been crashing out all week. It's hilarious. It said, now this is one of many posts. He said, you guys can get mad at me for saying it, but the first day of the convention was totally absurd and a very bad omen of things to come. Trump has never had more momentum or goodwill, and RNC decided to use that to push a message of diversity and inclusivity rather than using it to advance anything resembling a conservative agenda. I call it as I see it, and that's what I saw. Do you realize, once again, we found ourselves another American racist that'll say something and then within 10 seconds own themselves. I thought you conservatives, well, not you specifically, Matt, but I thought the conservatives was everybody's included. Doesn't matter race, color, sex, or creed, as long as you are about the ideals of the conservatives, the conservative agenda, you could be considered a conservative and you'll be welcomed with open arms. Now you're talking about diversity and inclusivity is fucking us up in the conservative movement. Black conservatives, Latino conservatives, AAPI conservatives, mixed conservatives, they don't want you. And they're telling you this. But y'all don't care because you want some of that free lick it up white ass. or Latino ass. You want some of that spicy picante. I don't understand this. And then make it worse, you got conservatives giving him this work. And they don't care because, you know what? Come here. All right, you know what? This is how we gonna do it. This is how we gonna do it. It's about high time I go get Matt Walsh properly. And the white conservatives. And yes, we will clip this and put this up separately. let me get a little stretch in. All right. White conservatives, this is why you are the laughingstock of the country. Posts like this. Now, y'all over here trying to clean it up and say, oh, we're expanding the base. You had 2016 to do it. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. You had 2012 to do it. You didn't do it. 2008, you didn't do it. 2020, you didn't do it because y'all spent your whole time knocking George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Rayshon Brooks and his girl, well, the two students as well down by Georgia Tech, who just got their lawsuit money, which wasn't enough. Y'all spent that entire year knocking black folks and knocking, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it here, family, people of color in the name of Donald Trump. Now that most of the conservative party said, you know what, we got to fracture this Democrats one time. Let's go get some of these non-white voters. See if we could boost our numbers. You let these talking heads talk for you all these years. Now they think they can talk for you. And you're having now to sit up there and fight against them because you didn't wrangle them in when they were still small, insignificant a-holes. You deserve everything you're about to get because we warned y'all about them. We warned y'all about Ben Shapiro. We done warned y'all about Matt Walsh. We done warned y'all about Jordan Peterson. We warned you about kissing Thomas Sowell's ass. We done warned you about bringing in them black conservatives who don't like black people, even though they're black every day, but they act like they're not black, but they swear they're black, but they're the right type of black for you. We done warned you about them female black conservatives who want to sit up there and kiss white ass. And then when it come to us, they wag their finger at us and you sit up there and promote their thing saying how base they are. We warned you about all of them. We warned you about them Latinos who want to come outside and say the N-word and tell us that the black community, we came over here and we were children of immigrants and we worked hard and nobody gave us anything. Motherfucker, they gave you an entryway through the border. So I would be quiet if I were you. Siéntase y cierra la boca, please. Thank you so much. We told y'all about people like Kenny Zhu and Charlie Chiang, but y'all didn't care. You saw them having YouTube videos and high presence on social media, and you allowed them to speak for you. Now, here we go. Trump he bringing out the whole Rainbow Coalition on his side, and now you're having to have white on white crime inside your movement, inside your agenda, and we're here for it because you guys are just as big as the racists as we all thought you were. When people like Tariq tell y'all need to start calling out these motherfuckers, you told us to shut up. We don't know what we're talking about. Focus on Chicago. Focus on black crime per capita, DEI. Yeah, okay, cool. Now look what happens. Now all the talking heads, they sit up there and think, okay, I can say whatever I want. Because look, I'm going to get 7.5 million views. They're going to love me. And then I go down the comment section and they going in on you. And they so pussy, they won't even say nothing back. Look, this asshole cat turd, he's an asshole. He said something. Where's Matt Walsh's response? Where is it? Let's see. No response. Look at that. Why are you scared of a cat meme? Oh no, we replaying this song again. Screw that. He need to get this work, and them white boys need to get this work, and them white women need to get this work. Where is my beat? There it is. We playing this again. Why you scared of cat turd? Okay. Look at this black woman. She cussed you. You didn't say a word. I figured at least the black woman, you might have said something. Nothing. The cop, the coon cop, he said something. You didn't say a word. Demon King, I don't know who the hell that is. You paid for 164 people to follow you. Say less. Nothing. Look, nothing. Look. Matt, look, Kimberly Klasick. Nothing. Damani Felder. Nothing. Look. You sound like a Nikki Haley supporter. Come on now. Look, you got the scumbag from Geeks and Gamers getting at you. Come on, bruh. And he a whole racist. And he hangs out with racists, but he getting at you. You gotta love this country, family. Racists getting at racists. You gotta love it. Look, Brendan Diddley. I think he work at or he used to work at Babylon B. I forget where, whatever the fuck. He said something, nothing. Look at this. Look, even that punk Myron came in here and said something. You ain't saying nothing. I don't even know why he's talking about Amber Rose, but okay, he knew Matt Walsh didn't even mention nobody, but he had to bring up Amber Rose or whatever. He's an idiot. Look, we could just keep going. All the big names are in here cursing you out, and you not saying a word. Ain't that something? But you real brave. But if somebody put up something about George Floyd, your punk ass is the first one in there talking about, well, he's sober for 4 years. You punk. And then you got this shitty show on Daily Wire, how you a judge. All right, motherfucker. Okay. Look. You look like you talking about a pyramid scheme right now. Where else? You had more posts this week about that shit. Where is it? Let me go. Let me just put in Matt Walsh RNC. Y'all gotta see these posts he put up. I tell you, the boy out of touch. Look, the RNC gives a primetime speaking slot to a pro-abortion feminist and self-proclaimed slut with a face tattoo whose only claim to fame is having sex with rappers. Truly an embarrassment. Not a single voter will be mobilized by this person. You're correct. But Matt, here's the thing. You went after Amber Rose. Now, Amber Rose is a piece of shit. But I'm going to defend her here because you said nothing else about all them other single mothers that Trump and the RNC brought up on stage. He had at least 6, including Amber Rose. But y'all were quiet with that. She's a businesswoman. All them other ones, except the one chick, were businesswomen. That's kind of expanding the base like they say that they want to do, even though I don't know why the hell you got rid of your minority outreach program, but whatever. Why didn't you say anything about them? We know why, because they're white and you're too pussy to go after white women. We know this. But we're going to keep going. What else did you say? Let's see. Look, people are making videos on you, sir. They had a dog on stage. They're trying to get the doggy vote. They're trying to attract the men and women that have dogs. Why didn't you say something about that? Damn, look. They said that this is y'all's booth at the RNC. This looks like a porn set, but that's all right. Here we go. Trump has just reached mythic status by defying death and surviving an assassination attempt, and the GOP decides that the best next move is to have him sit and listen to a porn star talk about diversity. Brilliant move. Thanks, guys. Diversity. Okay. You're doing a horrible job at being a white supremacist. They have left you behind. Oh no, Wallow J, they had some Asians there. They had the Hawaiian delegation there. They had a Samoan talk. The Asians were represented. It's just not, I know you didn't expect to see the Far East Asians. They were in the crowd though. But yeah, they were there. But yeah, Matt Walsh, you're getting killed out here. Look, here we go. Wow, JD Vance said critical stuff about Trump 8 years ago, but now feels differently. It means some of his opinions have changed over the course of nearly a decade. What a scandal. We all know that the mark of true integrity is never changing your opinions about anything ever. If your core values are true, then those should remain basically unchanged. But many of the opinions surrounding that core, the stuff closer to the surface, should be subject to change as you grow and mature and receive new information. If all of your opinions have been set in stone for years, impervious to any change at all, that simply means you are a dull, shallow, unreflective person. Nothing to be proud of. Kind of like you, but you know. How you let Kim Klacey get at you? All right. But okay, dude. Okay. Look, everybody's getting at you. They're going to kick you out the club come November 5th. You're going to be a racist without a platform. But that's okay. I think that's what you want. Here we go. Somebody's going to finally find somebody defending you. God forbid I defend Matt Walsh, but his critique is not that there is diversity in the RNC. He literally said it, but here we go. His critique is that diversity rather than conservative policy was the focus. Motherfucker, the point was they wanted people that were not the typical looking conservative and Republican there to show that their message is resonating with other people so it can be better disseminated to people who are on the fence or who are looking for a change. Y'all don't even get it. So you're trying to explain him not being a racist, but you just showed that you're a racist as well. You gotta love these people, family. They don't even realize what they're writing. I blame George Bush for this. Some of y'all should have been left back. Real talk. It's the same as a studio gushing over how diverse their cast is, ignoring they have to write a compelling story. Okay, and we've seen diverse cast. That's what most movies are, and they work. Maybe you didn't know that. Let me help you. The MCU is very diverse, and they've grossed over $100 billion. Close to. So yeah, I think they know. I think they know. I think they know. But let you tell it. Let you tell it. He then said, I happen to believe conservatives should be focused on ideas and policies. I think those ideas and policies can attract a diverse group of people, and we can have a diverse group of people share those ideas. That's literally what they were doing. He was arguing against that. He basically tried to pull DEI. But, you know. Okay. Okay. But this is your man. This is your man. This is the guy that y'all spent all these years listening to, saying he was a paragon of information and we need to listen to him. Okay. Jesus Christ. It's sad, family, that we have to do this. This is sad. Because they won't let their racism just sit away and just be objective. They can't do it. They got to inject white into it. They needed a boogeyman because, again, they're scared to get at white women. They're scared. So they used Amber Rose. Interesting. Let's see. There was another one he said. Here we go. Well. So here's Little Miss Self-Hate. Matt Walsh, you stand behind the gate, laugh and ridicule the people who stand on the other side, tell them they should be where you are, and then lock the gate when they try to get in. This makes you worse than a confused leftist. Then he said Amber Rose is a reformed conservative, but also currently running a sale on her OnlyFans, which is still active at this very moment. Makes sense. I'm obviously the crazy one here. It's totally awesome to have RNC speakers using their speeches as marketing tools for their porn business. Okay. Maybe I missed it. We could go back and look. I don't remember her saying after, hey, go to my OnlyFans. But that's on brand with conservatives. Matt, or maybe you forgot your ex what they call it, your ex fuck it, your ex conservative friend over there that you worked with, your ex co-worker, went to Fresh and Fit and talked to OnlyFans models, and y'all didn't have a problem with it. Where was your post about her not going on there and saying that's a bad look for Daily Wire? Where's Ben's? Where's Jeremy's? None of y'all said a word. Where was Andrew Clavin's? Where were these? Where's Michael Knowles? Where are all these videos of y'all saying that it was wrong for her to go there? Nah, you wasn't gonna say that. Nah. Why would you say that? Because she went somewhere to a more diverse crowd that don't usually listen to y'all. It was okay then. It's not okay now, but it was okay then. Because it was somebody you liked. You sound like Jason Whitlock. You're just pissed off at successful black people. Well, what is this?
Show crack! Get out! Leave!
Matt Walsh, you're wearing a Confederate flag. Well, isn't that something? Now, this is alleged because we can't really see it, but they say this is you. The Man in Crank program. That probably is you. Here we go. Who remembers
and
this?
It is, again, a decision that no one can logically or morally defend. You know, the idea that there's a word that cannot be uttered under any circumstance is completely insane. And it is not something that there's no other word in the English language or any other language in existence that we have those kinds of rules for. There's other words that are slurs, there are words.
Correct. And we have told you in the past, there's nothing wrong with y'all saying it. Just be prepared for the consequences. But that's fine. Matt, I challenge you. I will give you $500. I dare you to go to a Chinatown or a little Tokyo or a little Vietnam or a little Cambodia or a little Thailand or a little Philippines. And I dare you to say the G word in response to Asian people, especially the far Asians. I dare you. I'll give you $500. I want you to film you saying it and what their reaction is. Now, maybe for some of them, you're going to have to explain what that means. I want to see something. Show me something.
Words that we would consider vulgarity and profanity.
Say the K word. I'll give you 1,000. Say the K word. Don't give me no excuses. Say the K word.
And all kinds of words that I don't say on this show.
But in private.
Because we try not to use profanity and vulgarity on the show. Words that I don't think you should use, words that you shouldn't use around kids and so on. There's all kinds of words like this. But there's no other word that we would say, well, under no circumstance at all can it even be uttered, even in the context of quoting somebody.
It's called the K word.
And certainly there's no other word where we would say, well, judging on your skin pigment, if it's this shade, you can't say it at all under any circumstance. But if it's a little bit of a darker shade, then say it all the time, and it's totally fine. So there's no context where it can be said over here. There is no context where it can't be said over here. And we are going to decide that based on how dark your skin is.
Go ahead, say it. Say it. It's fine. You can say it. And for you, that's all I'm going to say. We don't care no more. Say it. Look, here we go. Ultra rare Matt Walsh L. Having a 5-minute speaking slide primetime on RNC's marketing. Rose is a single data point directed at people who are not Matt Walsh. She's not Thomas Sowell. She's just handing out little bits of mag on a toothpick. Oh, Lord. They always got to bring up Thomas Sowell somewhere. By the way, before we lock the music off, it's just funny, right, family? Maybe y'all didn't think about this. I'm going to help you. It's funny that they brought up Amber Rose to speak. They brought up that black pastor that was cheesing all the time. They brought out the great value Bobby Lashley. They brought out Byron Donalds. Brought out all these black people, right? But they did not bring Thomas Sowell. But you conservatives love him. Republicans love him. Hey, you black conservatives, you know, you social media whores. Why did they not bring up your Lord and Savior Thomas Sowell? Larry Elder didn't even get to speak, and that's one of Trump's good friends. He didn't even get to speak. Why didn't they bring him? Mr. 94 years old. He's so profound as a American social philosopher. Why didn't they bring him? He could have even recorded a message. Oh no, that was my hand, Torian. Why didn't they bring him? I'm gonna let y'all marinate on that one time. Just something to think about. Maybe that'll teach the black conservatives stop invoking that man's name. Because even them white conservatives over there and the white Republicans don't even think about Thomas Sowell so well. Let's see, where are we going next? Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, some. White on white crime. Yes, sir. He want to laugh. What the hell was that? Why did she sound like she was getting effed while she said it?
You said what?
They're what we thought they were.
All right. I think at this point we were taking Roseanne's rendition. She really sounds like she getting. I think Roseanne did better. I think Roseanne did better. She was at least trolling. So she had a caveat. I don't know what the hell this is.
No. Bro, ain't no motherfucking way, bro. Ain't no motherfucking way.
That our flag was still there.
Bruh, get the hell out of here. Woo. They said Fergie is good. Oh my God, they're booing her. She got booed. Bruh, she got booed. Yo, she got booed. He was like, oh shit. Woo. Woo. Yeah, rehab. Sure. Oh my God.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
What the hell? At least they gave her a clap. They could have did her dirty.
To say the least, shut up, bitch.
Bruh. That needs to be recorded and put in the Smithsonian. That is the new version of the Star Spangled Banner. That is peak whiteness. Y'all, listen. Don't hire nobody else. Y'all got to play that everywhere. Everywhere you got to play. Just have it on tape. Ready to go. That would be peak white supremacy because she would get paid every time they play it. So she'd be a billionaire within a year. Bruh. Beautiful piece of tape.
Boredom.
By the way, Torian, I think it's time for you to do I guess a PPP on Destiny. He just got banned off a kick.
Fuck Trump. Fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, if one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away, whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%.
The only way he's going to talk like that, he's sitting in the comfort of his room on a microphone alone, spewing that kind of shit. Because there's no way he's going to say shit like that to somebody's face. It ain't going to happen. Okay? Like, you're going to tell me this firefighter that lost his life, that guy's going to go to that funeral or go to his friends and laugh at him and make fun of him? You think that guy's actually going to do that? No, he's not. And again, freedom of speech, but everybody's a fucking tough guy, either on a keyboard or behind a microphone where nobody can get to you. Everybody's a fucking tough guy. But that guy would not say a peep to any one of these people.
He ain't telling no lies. That's why I said the other day, MAGA, y'all real tough online. Let me go outside. Let me see something. Oh, this will piss y'all off.
I don't know what you heard about me.
And we ain't hear this music. We'll play it low. Yeah, this is what she doing. This is them. Get some. Now, see, it looked normal, right? She's seasoning in the sink. I mean, I know y'all pissed off already, but we can give her a mulligan. She's seasoning the food in the sink. Dorian, how you already offended? Bruh, oh my God, we have so much content. My Sambo Lauren Awards is looking very scrumptious this year. You got a lot of contenders. But you said you're already offended. She's in the sink. She might have cleaned all the meat. Well, I think she did it in the sink because this way, when she's done seasoning, she could just wash the sink out. She don't have to wash multiple surfaces. That's what I'm thinking. And when I thought that, and I continued playing the video, yeah. There you go. You got to add the baked bean and the barbecue sauce. Go ahead, lady. Yeah, there you go, lady. And the ranch dressing. There you go. She put on put that root beer, baby. And the mustard. Yeah, all that hundreds of dollars of meat. Everything go up, but she gonna show, and she gotta add the agave, and then she gotta marinate it. Yeah, you gotta marinate it in the sink. Get some. Yeah, get that marinade in there. Get that bean juice in there. She must have watched that episode of Martin. You heard? Get some. And then she washes her hands. You got to add the water to it. You got to stretch it out a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but that's what they do. Come on, they conquer everything for views. We played that. Oh, listen to this white man. Let's see what the white man says on this. And he's in Florida.
It says that Trump survives an assassination attempt.
Yes, sir.
What is next for America?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what's next for America, okay?
What's that?
And it's going to happen on 11/5.
He must be listening to me.
This is total fucking bullshit.
Talk.
To think that he has already got T-shirts made up of him standing there with his hand up in the air.
Talk your shit.
I mean, how fucking low can you get? And these goddamn brain dead, dumb fuck, ignorant assholes out there are eating this up.
Talk.
What the fuck is wrong with this goddamn country today? And they believe in him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we outnumber all those dumb fuck, brain dead, ignorant assholes.
Talk your shit.
And we're going to show this country what we're really made of. And we're going to do it on.
Wait a minute. You're in Florida? I didn't know they spoke French in Florida.
Who is we? Who is we?
Who is we? But go ahead.
On 11/5. Do you understand what the fuck I'm saying? Because we've had it.
Again.
Who is we? Who is we?
I don't know. Some white guy. I don't know. Oh, it must be this dude. Calls himself Bob South Florida Waterman. He's a Democrat. What's that you said? I only take DMs from people I know. He got a good following. Say less. Go ahead, Mr. White Man. We saw that. Oh, y'all are gonna strap in, go get a bucket. You're gonna love this. He's gonna do what they all do. They're gonna go vote. Me and T, hello. Mary Mar, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize in advance. I'm leaving.
He shows up and we're hooking up.
Oh Jesus. Where's the sound? God damn it. There we go. I apologize in advance. I'm leaving.
He shows up and we were hooking up. We were about to hook up and pulls down his pants. And to my surprise, the man was uncircumcised. I was whatevs with it. Oh, as soon as I try to pull the skin back,
Stop.
he goes, ow.
What?
And I go, wait, ow? What do you mean, ow? I pull it back and it's just, I mean, it was a cottage cheese farm.
No.
Hey! Yeah. And then as soon as I pulled the skin back, it was, I couldn't even put a name on the smell.
Can you try to describe it?
Picture this with me. Let's get like a bucket. All right. We have a bucket, right?
Okay.
Keep pissing it.
Yeah.
Pissing it. Okay. Kate's pissed in it. Okay. She's dehydrated.
As fuck.
I piss in it. I'm also dehydrated. Fuck. Celsius, Red Bull, piss in this. Okay.
What a combo.
Hey, Bree, can you get in this bucket?
Stop.
Okay. Bree, our podcast producer, just into this bucket.
No.
And then
There's no way it was giving
and then
fecal.
we're gonna have that guy,
You said
your
what?
friend. Can we have his dad come in and then put a load into this bucket? Yeah. So since he's giving out free loads, right?
Right.
So that
Yo,
friend's
fuck
dad's
nuts.
load is in this bucket. That is what this man's cottage cheese farm smelled like.
Pause.
Pause.
He paused. I said pause, nigga. Mind you, LeBron is spending $2.5 million on his body. Pause.
I would give it to Barkley. Pause. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, but I'll let you go. Pause. It's a luxury to have a big man. Pause. They gave him the soft one. The hard one. Pause. Pause, nigga.
I would explain it, but it's pause. Which one of you ladies want to explain it? Let's just say this. He don't wash everywhere. That's all we'll say. We'll say it like that. He don't wash everything and everywhere. We saw that. We roasted him. Get some.
I drink my wife's breast milk every day, all day.
My man. Prevent that breast cancer. You heard what I said.
Straight from the source. Breast milk every day, all day, straight from the source.
She pull them titties out. He be like, this here. Got him! Got him! He fighting with the baby and everything. Get them titties. Titties. Lois Hub. Now you come on. Let's play context clues here. You know, he paused. He probably still got the skin there, but he don't pull it back when he in the shower, so he get everything in there. And he was gonna go give it to him, and the dude. There you go. That's all I'm saying because it's pause. You know, community. You said this is just unnecessary. Why the F is oversharing so attractive? Because if you look at the top left-hand corner, that's why they got paid to say that. Say less. Then Destiny crashed out on some dude. I'm not playing that. There go your boy.
Y'all are literally sick in the head. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about the people who keep.
Bruh, after Trump got shot, how did he get looking older? What is going on? He looked older. Bruh, he looked like a 50-year-old truck driver. What is going on?
Y'all are literally sick in the head. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about the people who keep saying the shooting was staged.
Ain't you 34 and you look like that? Come on, bro. You look hella stressed. You barely travel around this country unless Trump tell you to come stand next to me. And you this stressed? I understand you got a business, but it's online. And you this stressed? You can't be this stressed, bro. I understand that Trump is your man and you follow everything that man does. But goddamn, even you could take a day off, do some self-care. Every video you make now, you look old.
Are you freaking kidding me? Come on now. Are y'all that sick in the head? Now, y'all call us conspiracy theorists all the time. And y'all gonna sit up here and say this was staged? Why would Trump try to kill himself? Please explain to me. That doesn't make any sense. And then y'all are literally a bunch of pieces of shit. Y'all are cheering and clapping and celebrating the fact that he almost died. Are you? You know how evil and sick you have to be cheering, celebrating, clapping because someone almost died.
Biden tripped up them stairs and fell down multiple times. He could have died. You sat there and made videos about him falling and almost dying. Interesting.
Someone innocent at that. Trump has done nothing wrong.
Sure. We'll allow you to have that delusion in your mind.
He's never harmed a soul in his life.
Sure. We'll let you have that delusion in your mind.
That is politics aside. Trump is someone's father. That's someone's father.
So is Biden.
That's someone's brother.
So is Biden.
That is someone's cousin.
So is Biden.
Someone's uncle.
So is Biden.
That is someone's grandfather.
So is Biden.
And you're laughing and celebrating and cheering that he almost died in cold blood.
Which you've done in the past. We're just pointing out the hypocrisy. Fuck both of them. We're just pointing out the hypocrisy here. But go ahead.
You sick. Y'all are literally a bunch of lowlifes.
Nigga, this is the same person calling people lowlives for doing what they did with Trump when this man dresses up like a woman to do video content. Say less.
Seriously. Low life. Just y'all are disgusting.
Like you dressing up like a woman with pearls on your neck. Pause.
And y'all claim to be the party of tolerance, the party of love and peace.
That's what y'all say too.
What is...
He did it again. He did it again. Screenshot. Yo, I shit. I think I might be a mutant, family. There ain't no way I could my average could be this high. There's no way. Hey, community, maybe he'll bring out the doctor at the next rally. Maybe he'll do that. But look at his face.
Party of love and peace.
Why is he? Bruh, did y'all see that?
And y'all claim to be the party of tolerance, the
Watch
party
his
of
upper
love
lip.
and peace.
What the fuck? Why has he got a twitch? Bruh, you really need to go take a break for like a week. Your mouth is twitching. You're looking old. Your hairline fucked up. Bruh, I need you to really just take a week off. Just take 1 week off. You could still follow Trump around, but just go take a week off. You in Texas, go to Houston, go sit on the beach. Do that for me. Hell, you got money. Go down to Mexico. Go to Acapulco or go to Cancun and just chill out. Hell, go to Florida. Don't go to Mar-a-Lago though. Don't go there. Go to West Palm and just sit on the beach. Maybe you'll come back revitalized because you overly stressed.
What is so loving about
Why does he
celebrating
look like a
somebody
squirrel?
about somebody almost dying?
He twisted.
As much as I do not like Joe Biden, I have never in my life wished him harm.
Bullshit.
As much as I do not like Joe Biden, I have never heard one Trump supporter, one Republican, say that Joe Biden should be murdered in cold blood. But y'all over here mad that Trump did not die, celebrating that he almost died. Y'all sick. Seriously, go get help. Go get help.
Let me just say something. I just want to say one thing. The delusion that y'all thinking I'm finna fly any of y'all out. Oh yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, like the delusion to think any one of us are flying y'all out. Be for real. Thank you.
Niggas actually went in her DMs and tried to get flued out. Now come on. Now come on. At least y'all do swear y'all got all this money, bruh. Go fly to Chicago. It's a major city. It's a major hub. You'll be all right. And go see a Sky game and impress her. We saw that. We saw that. We saw that. Get some. These streamers are the worst. Why? Why?
Man, gang shit, man. Wendy shit, man.
Gang shit, windy shit, man. Okay. Gang shit. That's what you get. Yeah, gang shit. Yell out gang when you get into jail. Yell out gang.
Bro.
Wait a minute. How the hell did you get arrested with a cop with an AirPod in his hair? Boy, you should get extra charges for that. I saw that, Reparations Nation. I got the alert. But anyway, continuing. Get some. Get it. Get some.
Of the left, it seems that every liberal is attempting to just outdo the next. Breitbart reports Bette Midler lashed out at the sarcastic commenter who questioned whether or not the star has made any real sacrifices for her activism. Bookshelf Battler tweeted to Bette Midler, Bette is so worried about this that she abandoned her house, her car, stopped flying, and gave up on all modern conveniences and now lives in a solar-powered hut in the forest. What a great example she set for us. 3 cheers to Bette. Well, the Hollywood star didn't like that, and she shot back, if you knew what I have done to mitigate the criminal environmental craziness in this country, you would kiss my derriere. I've done my part, and I have done your part. I have done geothermal, solar, hybrid, electric cars, composting, recycling, and here's the kicker, the filthy secret. I bathe once a month. F you, she said. Wow.
That's them, family. We saw that. We'll play it again. Nah, that's Kevin. Nah, we're not playing that. Here you go. Y'all will love this.
Maybe we're looking for topics. Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese, Rookie of the Year? And that you have men who are arguing this and talking about, well, who's got the better record? What about head-to-head?
Manufactured rebounds, Dan. I heard 2 people arguing about PER with Caitlin Clark, and I was like, oh, we have reached it fully.
Wait, what's PER?
Player efficiency
PER,
rating.
that metric that we use to judge how players are overall. Like we're getting.
How is Dan Patrick talking about sports and he don't know what PER is? Say less.
To that granular of an argument right now between we're talking about plus minuses and on offs with Angel and Caitlin Clark, and normally you're like, who would even care? But it is so fascinating. I actually thought Angel Reese's double streak was going to end last night. I did. So she had 5 rebounds heading into the 4th quarter, and I was like, oh no, it's going to come crashing down. And then she had 6 in the 4th, which was insane. I'm very invested in this. And I think that we have a dead even race right now in Rookie of the Year. I do not think that there is a leader right now.
This is silly. This is silly. Caitlin Clark goes out with a target on her back every single time down the floor. Angel Reese is just, she works the glass. That's it. Okay, if she's averaging 14 and 9 and not a double-double.
Numbers.
Okay. It's the convenience of a double-double like the triple-double for Russell Westbrook Jr. III. It became easy for voters to go, he's averaging a triple-double. Well, what if he only averaged 9 assists? Well, he's not averaging a triple-double. It's convenient.
You're not talking to one of your normal guests.
Okay.
I'm telling you are talking to the most watched WNBA analyst on TV that doesn't get asked about it. I have made a lot of money on both of these players.
Okay,
I literally invented a parlay called the Lefko parlay.
Okay,
which is 10 Angel Reese rebounds and 6 Caitlin Clark assists. I was getting it at plus money, and now it's minus 290. You are talking to a subject expert. Here is the issue in your argument. Let's not even talk about stats. Okay. Caitlin Clark is the Indiana Fever. I agree with you right now. She has the highest usage. She has the ball all the time. They go as she goes, completely understand. But this Chicago Sky team, the identity of Angel Reese and Teresa Witherspoon, their coach, it is shocking teams across the league. They went into Seattle and they pushed a team around that had been dominating teams. They are built around Kennedy Carter, the woman that pushed Caitlin Clark, and everyone got upset. She's been kicked off multiple teams, and she is completely reborn. The Chicago Sky are the bad girls of the WNBA. They take what they want and they punch you in the face. And these other teams have no idea what's coming. I'm telling you, they stand there at the tip and they shake each other's hands. And then 5 minutes later, they have 6'7" Camila Cardoso just bodying them. And then Angel Reese jumping in their face and going, "You can't guard me." There is no team in the W that is like this team. And so her identity has completely woven in. When she's not on the court, they take a huge step back. I understand that you're making.
Imagine if Caitlin Clark is not on the floor. Come on, this is silly.
But you're saying that because Caitlin Clark is so important to her team that she's the rookie of the year. And what I'm saying is that it's very similar how important each is, and I still think we have room to go. I would like to say how these two perform against the top three teams, the Aces, the Liberty, and the Lynx, is how I judge them. Because, dude, there's 12 teams in this league. And like 3 or 4 of them you can just destroy. Atlanta's a joke. Like there's a few other teams that are just Dallas is a joke. But the real, when you're going against Jonquel Jones and Sabrina Ionescu and Brianna Stewart, and you're going up against Asia Wilson and Jackie Young and Kelsey Plum, whoever comes down the stretch, I'm going to vote just like, I don't have.
That's what she said.
I wish I had a vote. But like I voted for SGA because SGA's team had a better record at the end of the year. And so I want to see who gets that 8th playoff spot.
Okay, did you do this with Victor Wembanyama? Did you?
I voted Victor Wembanyama Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, no, but did you judge him in accordance to how he did against Joel Embiid, Giannis, and the Joker? And the answer is no, you didn't. But you're doing that right now with these two players. We're creating an argument.
But we didn't have an even race in the NBA. Chet was never a realistic rookie of the year.
I know, but you didn't do this. You didn't factor in the Spurs record. People are factoring in the better record between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Because
we don't
we
do
have
that.
A race. This is, everyone loves to say it's
this
Magic
is Marc
Bird.
Gasol versus Derrick Rose.
Don't say it.
Do you hear what this motherfucker just said? Paul Gasol versus Derrick Rose. They can't help themselves. They always got to compare this white girl to some black player. What?
It's Marc Gasol and Derrick Rose.
Marc Gasol.
Yes, I said it.
Have you watched a Chicago Sky game, or have you just seen the memes online of her catching like 3 rebounds in a row?
Why
Just
don't
be honest.
Why don't you watch your mouth here? And you called me dude. Yes, I watch.
The whole game. You couldn't have.
Okay, I got a little carried away. As you could tell, I get very emotional about this.
Were you drinking last night?
No, I was on a flight back from Vegas.
Okay.
I chugged 7 bottles of water and I had 8 packs of vegan gummy bears.
See what I mean?
We've gotten to the point where I don't know if we've
let me help you white supremacists out. They play 2 different positions. No, he said Marc Gasol. Dude, they play 2 different positions. You can't compare them. It's impossible. And let y'all tell it. Caitlin Clark, I don't know how this is possible, but she has tougher people in front of her than Angel Reese. Let y'all tell it. Let y'all tell it. But you got it.
Be the rookie of the year. Look at these numbers. Those are video game numbers. 29 points, 13 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 steals, and 3 blocks.
And she lost the game. Maybe you forgot that, Jeffrey. That game, they lost. So what was the point? Y'all were the same people, not you, but most people were killing Russell Westbrook for having double and triple doubles and quadruple doubles in losses. It doesn't matter. The W counts.
As a guard. No player in WNBA history has put up numbers like this in a game. And she's a rookie. Caitlin Clark owns 5 steals and 3 blocks as a guard. No player in WNBA history has put up numbers like this.
Do you hear this motherfucker? Boy, I swear to God. He just said no player's ever done this. Are you in what? Oh my God. Never mind. We could show him highlights of Maya Moore doing this every season she played. We could go there, but it'll just go over his head. Y'all are impressed that she scored 29-13 in a loss. Is this what we're doing? Fine. How about this? Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's back in the 90s. Michael Jordan is playing the let's see, who was the worst team back in the 90s? They were shit. I'm gonna go back. Let's just say Michael Jordan was playing the early days of the Miami Heat. Let's say it's like 92 when they had Ronnie Cycli. You want to use the 76ers? We can use the 76ers when they were trash. He puts up 30, 13, 5, 5, 3, and they lose. Fine, you want to use the Bucks? Okay, that's even better. They're in the same division. He puts up them numbers, right? But they lose. Do you think he would sit there and laud over the fact that he had them numbers? Or would he be telling them reporters, we still lost? I am really hungry. I'll eat later. Like Torian said, they're over here praising stats over wins. Then if their team don't make the playoffs, they ain't gonna be the first one talking about, oh, well, you know, it's the coach's fault and WNBA schedule, their schedule was tough and all this, and we not gonna watch the playoffs. Okay, motherfucker, we don't care. Bye.
In the game. And she's a rookie. Caitlin Clark was putting up these numbers while Angel Reese was busy trying to stat pad. Yes, she was literally trying to pad her stats to get her double-double. Here it is. Look at Angel Reese sprinting down the floor. Gets there, puts her hands up. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. I gotta get my straight. Give me the ball. They're up 7 points.
Okay, and so what? What's the point? What's the problem?
So they're up 7. She's running down, trying to get fouled or trying to make a shot so she can get her double-double. She's literally stat padding. And again, Caitlin Clark is putting up numbers like this.
And she lost to the worst team in the league. Why don't you tell your people that? Screenshot. She lost. So what? I guarantee you, after the season, none of y'all gonna bring this up if she don't make the playoffs. None of y'all gonna bring this up. But you know, y'all are so fixated with this girl, you're gonna fuck around and make a whole highlight reel of her first season before the WNBA playoffs start. She ain't in it, but y'all gonna come out with this video. They're probably already working on it now.
These two women are not the same. And
no shit. Thank you for letting us know they're not the same. No shit. They play 2 different positions, 2 different skill sets. No shit.
all you people trying to act like Angel Reese is currently on Caitlin Clark's level, you are delusional.
She's way past her, but you don't see it. I get it, though. You let the media tell you. She's way past this girl. Y'all just don't want to admit it. It's okay. I'll be petty. Did they ask Caitlin Clark to show up at the Met Gala? No. They asked Angel Reese. Was Caitlin Clark at the NBA Summer League, since she's this most popular athlete? So it would make sense for the NBA to have her there. No. She went. Yeah, Angel Reese with a current NBA champion and his now supposed girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah. Angel Reese has a fan that just went viral for saying that I didn't get to meet with her. And now they're going to try to meet up. Yeah. Mars is about to do a collaboration with her. Yeah, it's called Angel Reese. Yeah. The internet is clamoring for it. Yeah. You're right. They're not the same, sir. Just because she has a Wilson and Nike contract means nothing. Okay, the white girl got money before accomplishing anything. Okay, great. We'll give her a clap. We never said she was trash. She said she's good. She's not great. Angel Reese, she's good. She's not great yet. They got time. They're rookies. It's okay. It's all right. We can laud both. We have done that here. We have our criticisms about both, but we've also given them their praise. Me more so than the audience. It's okay, Jeffrey. We get it. You want to sniff her panties after each game. She's not going to let you fuck. It's okay. You don't have to crash out for white women and white people. We get it. You're not going to become their Stephen A. Smith. They don't need you, sir. They could just watch other videos of people giving out the commentary who have done the work. It's okay. It's okay. We ain't got to listen to no more. It's okay. That black woman intimidates you. You probably got dunked on by a female before, or you got trucked by some female and in high school. She probably pushed you in the locker, and it's repressing now. Now it's starting to come out. We get it. It's all right, brother. It's all right. It's okay. Damn. But this is true, because when we talk about Angel Reese, we don't mention Caitlin Clark now one time. But every time they got to mention Caitlin Clark, here come Angel Reese. But y'all let y'all tell it. But we'll continue. We got a few more things to do, and then I'm getting out of here and getting something to eat. Let's see. Can't play that. I'll get flagged. I think we played that. They call. Oh no, we didn't play this.
So say that the Pentagon at some point picks up an incoming nuke. It's 11 p.m. Who do you call? The First Lady?
No, you call the Ghostbusters. Look at his face. Look at his face. Yo, Peter Ducey's a dick.
Say that the Pentagon at some point picks up an incoming nuke. It's 11 p.m. Who do you call? The First Lady?
Well, you would call command me because that's foreign policy, but you know.
Are you guys just not, since February, testing President Biden for Parkinson's or for dementia? Because if he gets a bad result, it's all over that day.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yo, Peter Ducey is an asshole. Woo!
What? Nick! What? Nick!
Nah, this shit crazy, bro. Ask him a simple fucking thing. Bro, come here, come here. How you say book in Bulgarian?
Bulgarian. Okay.
Bobolechka. See? Bobolechka. Exactly. Why they talking about nigga?
Because they are racist. You know that?
I knew it, bro. No.
So you went to Bulgaria and thought they were gonna love on you? Okay, dude. All right. Here we go. Where's Torian? Is Torian still here? He'd be interested in this. Ed Kransenstein wrote this. People of color versus colored people. One is okay, the other is not. Both of them are not okay, sir. So the coon cop came outside and basically said, as a person of color, can you please explain the difference to me? I know you leftists enjoy breaking things down for us right-leaning persons of color, so I'm going to need you to say it like I'm 5. Why is one deemed offensive while the other isn't? Also, who deemed person of color inoffensive? I'm going to need all the receipts you got. So your man came back outside, right? He saw that. He said, I'm fixing to go white liberal on you, and I'm going to explain why it's bad. And do you think he did a good job? We're going to find out. There's a lot of fucking videos. Jesus. Here we go. I'll let Grok explain the difference to you. I think this is pretty obvious. I thought this was pretty obvious. So he went to AI. He asked him to do it, but he went to AI. In contemporary times, it is generally considered more appropriate to refer to a black person as a person of color rather than colored. The term colored has historical connotations and is often associated with the era of segregation and racial discrimination in the United States. Person of color, on the other hand, is a more modern term that is widely accepted used to describe individuals who are not white. Okay. Try that person of color shit with us. Try that colored person shit with us. You really don't fucking get it. Here we go. Tim Pool comes in and said, hi, Ed, am I a person of color? He then said, why do you have to try to act like every racial issue pertains to you? Your beanie might be a beanie of color, but I'm not sure if that's because its original color is black or is really dirty because you wear it 100% of the time. He tried to be funny. Look, here we go. Hodge twins. Torian, come here. I'd rather be called an N-word than a person of color by some woke beta male who doesn't like black people to begin with. Lord. Sure. Fool just said, these two fools just said they'd rather be called the N-word. I don't think I want to read no more. He got it. That person of color shit, boy.
Is Germany, Nazi, Hitler, the greatest evil that's ever happened on earth, even though factually and statistically it is not. And part of that learning process for me when I started looking into it was coming across a huge fact that we ethnically, the Allies, ethnically cleansed 12 million Germans. Because when you say to people, okay, what is it about Hitler? Why is he the most evil? Well, the first thing people would say is, well, an ethnic cleansing almost took place. And now I offer back, you mean like we actually did?
Who is we? Torian, you're back. I got a video for you. I got a video for you. So what we're gonna do for you, brother, I'm gonna link this to you. Have fun with that. I'm leaving, family. I'm hungry. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, I've done my job. If not, I'll try to be better next time. I guess I will see y'all Sunday, and then I'll be on vacation, and we're gonna have fun. So take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Wait around. Yep. Smart. Yeet and get out.
up?
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
At the end of the day gotta end.
Get your money up, not your funny up. Big fucking move.
And that's it.